It's been over a year since I made a review on Rize, an application I consider one of, if not the best time tracking tool on the market. And a lot has changed on the application since then. They have added a lot of bells and whistles, introducing many more features, and it's not the simple app that it used to be anymore. So I thought it was time to make an updated review on Rize, and here we are. So this is the new Rize interface. Not much have changed if you use this app. If you've been using this app for a while, a lot has not changed, but definitely they've added some new things. The first of which is agent, their AI thing here. Of course, every platform is slapping AI on their thing, and Rize is not left out. You can quickly use the agent to pull out data and analyze your day and your time tracking and everything. And then the next big thing that they've added here is teams. So before, Rize used to be more tailored towards solo operators like myself who don't have a team behind them. But now they're leaning more towards to serve both solopreneurs and people who run teams and organizations. There's so much more they've added. You can even do integrations now. If we go to integrations under settings, you can see you can integrate your Asana, ClickUp, Google Calendar, Slack, and other tools here. At least there's 7 that they have here right now. But regardless of all that they've added, I still use only the things that I need as someone who runs a solo operation and not a team. But then it's nice that you have the option to, if you expand to build a team or you run an agency or something, it's nice that you now have tools to be able to track your time across your team. But regardless of whether you are a solo operator or you run a team, there are some basic setups that you want to dial in to get the most out of Rize. And the first thing, of course, you want to do is head into settings. And in settings, we're going to go to focus, which is where you get the most out of Rize. Just turning on the automatic focus detection is going to give you like 50% of everything you're going to get from this application, because the main thing about Rize is that you can automatically track your time. You don't have to start and stop timers. It can do the thing automatically for you, and this is the button that you have to have on for that to happen. The next thing under here is non-focus categories. So Rize is going to treat everything as focus time, but you can come in here and tell it what you don't consider focus time. So maybe in my case, for instance, I've said messaging. If I'm on social media, that should not be categorized as focus time. List all the things that you want to exclude from your focus time. And then moving away from the focus tab, the next very important thing you want to dial in is your tracking rules. And the tracking rules is automatically set already by the application. It does a really good job of going through all the apps you have installed and categorizing them appropriately. For instance, you can see here that Chrome is categorized under browsing, YouTube analytics, but then you can go in and set your own tracking rules. You can set websites. To do that, you just tap on new rule, and you can select to categorize app or website from your activity. You can categorize a website based on custom URL, or you can categorize an app based on the name. I think there's so much more you can do here, like the integrations. If you want to use that, you can see small descriptions of what each thing does. So you know exactly what to do. You don't even need much of an explanation. You can understand exactly what it does by this small blocks of text explaining for you. So when I get a project, I immediately enter that project here, and so that if I start working on it and my time is automatically tracked, I can assign it to the right project so I can track how much time I've spent on that project. And it also helps me to remember, because sometimes if you don't have a running list, especially if you get a lot of projects, if you don't have a running list of things that you have to do, you might forget to do them. So immediately I'm speaking with the client, I'm putting it down here so that I can then put it into my calendar. And I use a different app for task management or my daily plan. And that app is structured. And so I can just go to Rize and see what projects I have. And as my day begins, I just simply come to my structured day and put in that project for the day and do them. And this is what I use to track my day and things that I should be doing. So, but let's say this is something I'm doing and I want to assign it to a project. I can just end this focus session. So I can click on this block of time and tap on edit and change it to a meeting or break if it's not a focus session. But I'm not going to do that. I can click here and also add this time entry to something. I can add it to a project. Let's say I want to add it to this. I can put in the description and anything I want to do and click on save. Now, if I go to the project, I can see that the 41 minutes that has just been tracked has been assigned to that project. So the beautiful thing about this is I didn't start the timer while I was doing my stuff. It already started tracking my time, and I can come in and assign things. I usually do this at the end of the day. I assign to the projects after the fact, and it just makes life a lot easier because you don't have to remember to start and stop your timers. But I am going to go back to calendar and I'm going to delete this because that is not accurate. Once you've assigned something, you can also come in here, and once you click on it, you can change it to a different project if you want to. You can change the time if it's for some reason you want to do that, and you can completely delete that, as I want to do right now, because I just did that to show you how you might want to assign your time to a block of time that was automatically tracked by Rize. So that's pretty much the meat of it. That's the main thing when it comes to using Rize, at least for my use case. But then for team members, for people who run teams, there's so much more you can do. I don't use it for this purpose of running multiple people in an organization. I don't use it for invoicing, but of course you have that option here. But you can go in and fine tune it to see only the things that you want to see. So for instance, we can click on customize sidebar here and start to remove things. Let's say, for instance, you don't want the AI thing. We can uncheck that and you can see it's gone away there. Let's say I don't want to see anything about admin, like teams, members, invoices. I can take that off. I don't want to see anything about profitability and maybe reports. I could just keep it simple like so. And now my sidebar is looking simpler for somebody who runs a solo operation. So it's nice that you can do that and to tailor it to your own specific needs. And then the last but not the least feature that it has, and something I use a lot, is the music. Rize has music built in. So if you're working on your system, you can turn on, maybe you're writing or you're coding or something, you can turn on lo-fi beats. You can do jazz, you can do there's ambient sounds, synth wave, classic sounds, coffee shop sounds, just kind of to get you into that flow state really quickly. And sound is one way to really get focused and locked into what you are doing. And it's nice that all of that is built into the app, and I use this a whole lot. Now, the major reason why I think time tracking is important is because it's such an easy psychological hack and accountability system to help you know exactly how your time is being spent. Just having that idea of like, my time is being tracked, and then you look back at the reports and the data to see that you're not BSing yourself, just spending time pretending to work. You're seeing the actual record, the actual data of how much time you spent in focus activities that you set. It's such a psychological hack to get you focused. And when you see that report and you see that you're doing badly, or you're not as focused as you want to be, it helps you to sit up and make corrections and adjustments as is required. And then there's also the added benefit of you start to make accurate estimations of how long your tasks will take, and that can come in handy when it comes to helping you decide your pricing, and maybe even just helping you decide or properly estimate how much of a workload a project is going to be. You can check out Rize. The link will be in the description. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.